Back in the times of the ancient rune wars, Yorick Mori was a famous undertaker, taking care of the great final rest memorial cemetery together with his family. It was not an easy profession that anyone could make, but in his family, it was tradition passed through generations. It was not a popular profession either, yet no one could deny that it was really needed, especially after the bloody rune wars when thousands upon thousands of people had been slaughtered. Yorick had always been taught about the importance of his work and the effort it takes. His shovel was his only companion through the long nights amongst the dead. The Mori family gravediggers always said that the shovel of an undertaker is not the only tool of his work. It's also part of his inheritance. Imbued with spirits of his forefathers, it was able to protect one through times he spent in the darkness. This particular man had shamed his legacy though. It was not about his job. Yorick was a good gravedigger who quickly got accustomed to loneliness, darkness and long hours of work with dead corpses. But the problem was that he grew accustomed to the loneliness so much that the company of other people made him nervous. He could never talk with someone for longer than a few minutes, not to even mention creating a family. Yorick had died without an heir, bringing his family line to the end, and with no one to take care of it, the final rest memorial had soon been turned into ruin. Yorick had been buried in the family mausoleum, wielding his shovel even in death. But he did not find the end that he expected to find. Some period of time had passed, maybe days, maybe months. That didn't matter for Yorick anymore, when he had re-emerged at the dead shores of the Shadow Isles, hanging between life and death. There he returned to his position of an undertaker, putting completely different meaning of that profession. He was not meant to dig graves. His job now had changed drastically. He was more of a guide who was meant to lead the dead through many tiers of death's ladder until their ascension. He serves as a ferryman for the Isle's denizens. And yet, despite his work for others, he's stuck on the lowest tiers himself, unable to climb the ladder until he fulfills his destiny by leading enough dead into the higher states of undead's life. No one knows how many people he needs to take care of, nor he knows it himself. That is the price that he has to pay for ending his family line. He'd been working for ages, tirelessly doing his best to fulfill his role in the ascension cycle, but with time came regret and the shame of his faults. Yorick has decided to come back to find himself, the body of a man that he once was, convinced that it could hold the secret to his salvation. He's arrived at his family's mausoleum, just to find it ruined, just like the rest of the great necropolis. Yorick was unable to find his body or even the slightest trace of it, making it rather hard to follow his own plan of looking for salvation within it. And yet, he didn't return to the Shadow Isles. He decided to stay off the dead lands for a bit longer. He wanted to find another way. And he's finally found it. The League of Legends. It was a curious place full of extraordinary warriors, crazy mages and beings from other realms, and yet it grew very popular amongst the denizens of Valoran. There Yorick had been seen an opportunity to immortalize his family name, that he allowed to be forgotten. There he fights, so everyone will remember him. The last champion hailing from the Shadow Isles is a curious case. Her origins are shrouded in mystery, not only because of lack of any evidence of a birthplace. Evelyn actively helps develop rumours about herself, working on disinformation of everyone who could be after her. Very little proof exists to even support her connection to the Shadow Isles, but most of the people tie her with the mysterious land. Evelyn is a beautiful, deadly and sinister woman. Her blue skin and pink hair make her rather exotic beauty, and yet she easily gains favour of many men. But what is she? There are many theories about that, and Evelyn laughs about all of them. Some call her a succubus, a demon feeding upon the lust of men that she encounters. Others, however, claim that Evelyn has been cursed with a mild form of vampirism, or perhaps one of her parents had been a vampire. That is how they explain the unnatural ability to tap life forces of their opponents at will, almost feeding upon it, and yet being resistant to the sunlight. She's a deadly predator and her origin cannot be natural. That is the common theme in all of the theories. Some even claim that she's the harmless victim of a magic experiment gone wrong, turning her into a vicious, hungering monster back when she was a little girl. Now she hunts her victims because her harmless mind of a child has been damaged and she never knew a different life ever since. As for Evelyn, she laughs at those theories all the time, not confirming or denying any of them. The blue-skinned beauty is known for her close connection to the shadows, in which she can easily disappear. That makes her a perfect assassin, and many powerful people of Valoran have made use of her services on numerous occasions already. They know her price is rather high, and not everyone can afford her services. But once you pay the Widowmaker, you can be sure the job will be done. No matter how dangerous or hard her task is, Evelyn manages to pull it off. Yet there is always something that Evelyn can gain for herself during a task that she's given. Whether it's opportunity to steal some valuable goods or expand her influence by working for two people at the same time, she will do it. She always has her own plan, and it does not always satisfy her employer, but he would need to know about it in order to act in any way, shape or form, and Evelyn is too smart to make that happen. But when Evelyn joined the League of Legends, everyone knew she had some bigger picture in mind. Joining the League to fight others was something that Evelyn would never do. There had to be something in it for her that made her agree to become part of the League's roster. She could, however, just do it because she felt like it. That sounds like something Evelyn could do. Yet as time passed, she had been gaining more and more influence with the League's summoners, and those above them as well. Through seduction, compliments and flattery, she gained the favour of many summoners of the League. It is unknown why she'd want to do that, but one is sure: if the summoners had to be involved, Evelyn's latest plans are set on a world scale. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is us done for this particular set of videos. If you like what we do, please click the like button under this video, add it to your favourites and share this video around to help our channel grow. You can always like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, or go back and watch all the previous episodes. And as always, I'll see you next time.